Hi, this is Jeffrey Stuffings, founder of Jester King Brewery, and I'm going to tell you about the first 3 variants from our SPON program. These are our 100% spontaneously fermented beers. The first one I'm holding here is SPON Peach Apricot. So we took some 2-year-old and 1-year-old spontaneous beer, blended it together, and then re-fermented it with peaches and apricots. So we added in a little bit of that 1-year-old stock to kind of balance out the kind of citric acid from the stone fruits to try to create a nice balanced fruit re-fermentation. Next one here is SPON Raspberry Cherry. So kind of same principle to the peach and apricot. We took some mature 100% spontaneously fermented beer and re-fermented it with raspberries and cherries. In this case, it was all 2-year-old beer. It was all 2014 stock. 2014 was our second ever Cool Ship season, and so we took straight 2014 2-year-old beer and then used a pretty high ratio of fruit, like 3 to 4 pounds of fruit for every gallon of beer. So a lot of fruit went into the re-fermentation. And then finally, this beer is SPON Flor. This is going to be probably a little curious one-off from our barrel room, never to be recreated again. We took some 2-year-old stock, 2014, that was in close proximity to some sherry barrels that were in our barrel room, and it has a really distinctly different character that made us suspect that some of the microbes in the sherry barrels traveled through the wood into the spontaneously fermented beer and affected the aroma and flavor of the beer. So we called it SPON Flor in reference to that sherry floor that we think had an impact on the fermentation. This one basically will be impossible for us to ever recreate. So all 3 of these beers we do not consider method goose. So in November, we released our traditional 1, 2, and 3-year-old blend of 100% spontaneously fermented beer. This beer we don't consider to be made in that traditional process of goose. This was 2-year-old stock, a blend of 1-year-old and 2-year-old stock, and then just this weird kind of beer that was influenced by sherry character in our barrel room. So these are spontaneously fermented beers. They were definitely inspired by the tradition of lambic and goose. I mean, to make these, we did a turbid mash with raw wheat, malted barley, and extended boil with aged hops. Cool Ship inoculation overnight, and then spontaneous fermentation in oak barrels. So very much inspired by that tradition, but by no means something we'd consider method goose. So we're going to release all 3 of these beers at the same time. Hopefully that'll go well. And we're pretty excited about the way they came out. So we hope you enjoy them too. Cheers.